Hello, Roger Gergie here, and in this video I'm going to talk about a very successful open day that was run by Naas Lawn Tennis Club. The project was managed by Ronan Ryle, a very successful businessman from Naas Lawn Tennis Club, and also a registered coach with Tennis Coach Ireland and a director of tennis. And in this presentation I'll be covering the following. I'll give you a quick introduction to Naas Lawn Tennis Club, how they went about planning their open day with an emphasis on the need for clear objectives, the budget they allocated, the results, how they marketed the day, and on the day how it was run and what they had to offer and the sales process they used. And then a final reminder that the open day was only the beginning. What happens next is critical. So a little bit about Naas Lawn Tennis Club. The club was established in 1881. There's 1,350 members. 560 of those are seniors and 715 are junior members. It's a club owned and run for its members by its members, and there's only one full-time employee in the club. They have 11 all-weather floodlit courts, and they have a main clubhouse and a junior clubhouse. They have a dome which covers 3 courts from September to April, and between 2006 and 2011 the club spent $500,000 and has no debt. So there's an aerial view of the club, and as you can see they have 11 courts, and if you look at the courts on the right, the first 3 courts are the courts that they have now covered for part of the year. That's the junior clubhouse, and that's the dome when it covers those first 3 courts I talked about. So the open day plan, it's important to have clear objectives, and the objectives for Naas were the following: to recruit 25 new family members at €650 each, which would bring in an income of €16,250. To recruit 30 new senior members at €340 each, which would bring in an income of €10,200. To recruit 30 new junior members at €125 each, which would yield an income of €3,750. So the total target in the new membership income was €30,200. And of course the plan also involved promoting tennis to the wider community. They allocated €4,200 towards marketing the event, and they kept within the budget. They only spent €4,180. They offered 18 months membership for the price of 12 months, and if they joined up on the open day there would be no more membership fees until the following January 12 months. They provided an opportunity to pay by standing order over 6 months, and the results were very positive indeed. They managed to recruit 100 new senior members across all categories, 200 new junior members across all categories, and a total of 300 new members. This brought in an income of 40,000 in new membership, and there was over 1,000 people passed through the club on the day, and all left with a positive attitude towards the game of tennis. For the marketing, they used local radio. They had a leaflet drop to 30,000 homes within a 10-kilometre radius. They had the local newspaper where they took a half-page advert. They focused on the 10 nearest local primary schools, paying visits within 2 weeks prior to the open day, and they gave leaflets to the children so they could bring home to their parents. And they ran a membership draw on the local radio. The competition ran on the morning show from Monday to Friday on the week leading up to the open day on the Saturday. The advert ran 10 times a day from Wednesday to Friday leading up to the open day, and on the day the local radio broadcasted from the club from 11 to 1 p.m, and there were interviews on the radio done from the club. And here is the ad.
Powering their way across Kildare, the K Cruisers and crew.
The KFM Outside Broadcast crew is on the road again this weekend. On Saturday from 11, we're live from Naas Lawn Tennis Club for their free open day. Try out tennis and all their free family fun activities. You could be the next Federer or Sharapova. Give it a shot. It's all free. Naas Lawn Tennis Club's free open day this Saturday, with KFM serving up a great day's fun for all the family.
Powering their way across Kildare, the K Cruisers and crew.
Here's a copy of the leaflet that was used to drop into 30,000 homes within the 10-kilometre radius. And here's the same leaflet showing the back, who can go to the club, what equipment's required and what they need to wear, why tennis is a game for all the family, and if you decide you like the game and wish to join the club, are there any special offers, what else is happening on the open day. So if you decide you want to go, what time the event is happening. There's another sample leaflet that was used in Wicklow Tennis Club, and in the build up to the event they had this banner in front of their club for everybody to see who passed by for a number of weeks before the event happened. So the operations on the day, The club had organised meeters and greeters, which are very important. They had activities on all the 11 courts. They had red, orange, green and full court for children and adults. They had cardio tennis, exhibition matches and free courts to try out. The coaches that worked on the day operated the serve, rally and score system, so it meant the participants were able to experience playing from the minute they walked on the court. And everybody had an opportunity to try out the different activities in each 30-minute slot. Off court, there was lots of fun, bouncy castles, ice cream, junior tuck shop, there was barbecues, wee tennis in the junior clubhouse. Regarding the meeters and greeters, and they were selected very carefully. They wore t-shirts that said, "How can I help?" They met the visitors as they arrived and gave them a tour of all the courts and encouraged them to sign up for the next tryout session that was organised on each court. And at the end of the tour, those that were interested in joining were introduced to the membership closing sales team, and they were selected very carefully as well. So there's some samples of the on-court activities in action. There was a meeters and greeters training day organised so that everybody was clear on what they did on the day. And there was a sign-up sheet pinned to the outside of each court where the meeters and greeters could sign the visitors up to try out each activity, which started at 30-minute intervals on the day. Here's some of the off-court activities. So as I said earlier, the club selected the closing membership sales team very carefully, and they made sure they selected a group of people who were dedicated to making sure the sales happened. A key area was the 18 months for 12 months offer, and this proved very successful, and also the payment over 6 months by standing order. So people were able to sign up for the club on the day. The club management knew that the open day was just the beginning. It was great to get new members, but the retention in future years depended on integrating them as part of the membership family culture quickly. So the plan included a new members information meeting and a barbecue the following Friday after the open day, a free 1 session of beginner coaching, and our cardio tennis sign up offered to new senior members. New members coaching organised from the following week, which new members could sign up after their free coaching session. Cardio tennis sessions organised and delivered during the day and the evening times. And after completion of the first coaching programme, participants were encouraged to attend Friday social tennis nights. Junior members were offered to attend the daily summer camp at a daily charge. There was new junior members coaching offered within the summer camp, and new members were encouraged to participate in the Points for Prizes programme that's organised by the junior committee. There was new members singles, doubles and mixed events within the club championships in September, and the integration and the retention of the members is ongoing. So, if your club decide they want to run an open day, you can go for your basic open day, or you can do what Naas did and you can go for the Rolls Royce open day. Whichever one you go for, however, the following is critical. You need to have clear objectives from the outset, and you need to plan well in advance. You need to pick a team of dedicated people and allocate the responsibilities as soon as possible. You need to market the day according to the budget available, and you need to market well in advance. On the day, have the best people doing the jobs that they are most suited for. And when the day is over, remember that's only the beginning. You've got to follow through. Here's an interesting statistic in relation to a number of different sports. You'll see there we have tennis, soccer or GAA, rugby, basketball, golf and the gym. And the following questions are pitched to each sport. Can tennis be played for a lifetime? Is tennis easy for families to play and compete together? Can tennis be played with or against members of the opposite sex? The development of the equipment and the courts, such as the red, orange and green, has made tennis easier to enjoy and to succeed in. Tennis develops many physical attributes useful in life. Tennis provides a complete body workout. Tennis can be played at short notice or over a short time period. And participants learn to compete on a one-to-one basis. And of course, tennis is very popular and played all over the world. So you'll see in the columns there, the answer to each question for tennis is a yes, but not necessarily a yes for every other sport. So tennis has a lot of pluses. Finally, I'd like to thank Naas Lawn Tennis Club for sharing their experiences with us, and a special thanks to Ronan Ryle, who led the operation and who produced this presentation. Thank you.